I just went through the awards night from Femina Miss India 2024, which happened a few days ago, and I think I know who the winner is. And if you watch till the end of this video, you'll find out too. Hi everybody, I am Lekh Uthaiah. I'm your Femina Miss India Punjab 22. I am a model, a content creator, and a pageant coach. The 60th edition of Femina Miss India is going to come to an end, and they are going to crown the new winners who will reign from 2024 to 2025. Although Nandini is yet to go to Miss World next year. But nevertheless, let's quickly dive into the awards night. But first, here are the chapters. We're going to talk about the awards night format, what was different, and then quickly dive into the state winners and their performance. I'm going to end with a few tips that I would like to give for future queens and a secret observation, which will be something you'll be most excited about. So stay tuned. Before we go ahead, I need a favor from you. I have been seeing a lot of comments about wanting to continue my Femina Miss India journey. The playlist is attached if you want to go watch it if you haven't already. And although I have collected all of my resources, I just need motivation to go on with it because it takes a lot of effort to go down the memory lane, given that it was 2 years ago, and put things together. So, can you please pause this video and leave a comment as to why you like that series, what you have been learning from it, and why should I continue it? Because any motivation will help me continue with it. So this year's award night was a little different. There were no dance performances or any talent round performances, but the entire performance was a big dance performance. And I also noticed that there were no seats for people, so it was a standing setup. And I'm pretty sure the DJ night that happens at the end of each award night happened there itself. The concept was pretty interesting. It was like a time travel. They showed the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and I think this was a great way to showcase the designer outfit by Bhavna Rao, who has been affiliated with the Times Group for the longest time now. The lengths of the dresses start to change, and there's more feathers and tassels, and I think it was very interesting. And the way the songs changed accordingly was also quite captivating. I was also really happy to see that there were no long gowns because it just really helped us see their walk and it looked a lot more fun. Everybody given the same kind of outfits kind of helped. I'm also happy that instead of like a bulk of 30 girls standing and one of them walking, this time it was like a setup. So 6 groups with 5 girls each. That way, not everybody had to stand for close to half an hour like we used to at our time. Also, there were no contestant numbers on them while they were performing this, at least. I think after that, once they walked, sashes were given. But this was great because there was no judging. They knew that talent round was done prior, ramp walk was done prior, things that used to happen on the awards night before this. So, in this, they just got to like really perform and enjoy. Now let's quickly dive into the performance of the state winners. I have already made a video introducing each and every single one of them. Please watch it because I'm not going to be doing that here. I'm going to quickly tell you about stage presence, who did well, who fell flat, and who blew my mind. Let's go. The first set were the 60s. Let's start with Riya Nandini. She represents Jharkhand and won Miss Fit as well as Miss Talented that night, but she blew a lot of kisses. I think she could have given a bit more fierce. Rekha Pandey represents Union Territory and won Miss Beautiful Smile and Miss Photogenic. Looked a little uncomfortable on head ramp, but that $1 million smile covered for it. Vaishnavi from Rajasthan seems to be enjoying the most. She also won Miss Ramp Walk that night. Miss Arunachal shared the Miss Talented with Miss Riya and looks beautiful. Shruti from Goa looks stunning with that hair. It's giving Avriti, it's giving Diya from my batch. This rotating stage is something you'll find common, and then we move on to the 70s. When I tell you I love what Sarah is doing, I spoke very fondly of her stage presence even in the introduction video. This entire performance looks like it was made for her. Lal Sangrimi gives a heart and a kiss, which is kind of overused at this point. Nikita Ghosh looks beautiful, but I don't think is a dancer because looks a little uncomfortable. Ayushi from Gujarat has always been a favorite, but I do feel like these Bollywood moves is a little hard to capture for the cameraman, so she needed to find a balance for pageants. Nikita Porwal looks very cute, has a stage presence. We then come to the 80s. Let's start with Haryana. Supriya looks like $1 million. That hair away from the face is really enhancing her face cut. Apeksha from Karnataka is an example that even if you have short hair, you can use extensions and no one will know. She looks beautiful. I feel like she could use her hands more gracefully and smile more. Miss Manipur blew my mind. She does this iconic step. I'm just like, wow, okay, I needed that. Miss Tamil Nadu again looks beautiful, but I think actors just like do a lot of expressions and they kind of need to tone it down a little for stage. Miss West Bengal looks beautiful, but that twirl could have been executed better. We then come to the roaring 90s, and let's start with Divyanshi Batra. She is Miss Uttar Pradesh, and her ramp walk has improved drastically since the audition and looks beautiful. Okay, I love Miss Meghalaya for the reason that I was hoping someone did the Macarena step, and she does it. She does it so well. She looks amazing. Great performance. We then have Aditi Jha. She looks very cute, very young, very youthful. Love the energy she's giving off. Vaishnavi again looks amazing but purses her lips at the end, something you want to avoid. Miss Himachal is pretty, but she is lip syncing to the words she doesn't know, and the smiles are a little too wide. We then enter the 2000s. I feel like Sakshi Joshi could have looked in the center first before looking left and right. Prakriti looks amazing, but I thought, why aren't they smiling? And then I realized probably the song playing is Poker Face. Even Ananya Panda from Odisha does not smile and looks a little too fierce. I feel like a little smirk would have helped. Miss Nagaland has the perfect smirk, but the head wrap could have been better. I love what Bhavya Reddy does, though. She feels like a heroine on stage. Great stage presence, does a little smile as well as a fierce. Just very captivating, I must say. We then enter 2010. Let's start off with Arundhati Saikia, who reminds me a lot of Pragnya Ayagari. She has very similar face cuts with her hair tied up. Akshata looks like she could use more confidence. It could be more sway. She looks a little shy. She looks down a little too much. A little fierce would have helped. Sifti actually has a very stunning face. I love those features, and yeah, she's working the head ramp well. I feel like Amrita from Punjab is enjoying the most. Yes, the expressions could have been a little more subtle, but I love the joy. And finally, Arshia, Miss Maharashtra. I really like the quiet grace and confidence she has. Coming to the tips for future queens, number one, please learn to dance in heels. Oh my god, I said this a lot. I've said this even when I was doing my Cosmo review. You should watch that as well. A lot of fun. You need to learn how to move your arms, and that you'll only learn specifically when you go to dance and heel workshops or have a training where they can teach you how to dance in heels, because a lot of girls here have a very awkward arm movement. I think they're covering half of a heart and half of a point, and it's just looking absurd. What happens in rehearsals is the choreographers will give you few poses to do. So you'll see a lot of girls making hearts and blowing kisses and doing some of that, but that's it. And when you're doing rehearsals, they don't do it on show time. That means they're just showing how to walk and where to stand and what the positions will be. So you need to practice your head ramp moves. My second tip would be cheat if necessary. The choreographers will tell a stagnant rule to everyone, right? No twirls, just walk straight, no smiling in this sequence, etc. But tweaking it a little would help. For example, I think the 2000s had a poker face song going on and all of them looked really angry, but I think only Bhavya Reddy was the one who kind of tweaked a little to give a little smile and then went back to her poker face, which gave variation and it looks a lot more pleasant than the others. The next tip is to go put yourself in classes where you have to perform in front of a stage. Listen to me, this is different from dance classes where you go in a bulk of like 50 people stuffed in a studio, and even when you're performing with like 25. That doesn't help you be the focus, right? So it's easy for you to not be the focus of attention. You see what's happening after the girls are even doing their head ramp and the camera moves on to the other girl. There's still there's still a live audience around, and they have to go there and they have to still continue to dance, and there are people making direct eye contact with you. So I can see a lot of girls feeling really shy and not making eye contact with anybody, and that happens when you are not a performer. Stage presence matters so much in pageants, so put yourself in theater where you have to be the center of focus when you're performing. Go to dance classes by asking them at the end, do we get to perform on stage? Go join a dance crew which in general performs otherwise. Open mics, if that is your thing, wherever जहाँ पे आप पे focus होगा सबसे ज़्यादा और ज़्यादा time के लिए, so that you stop getting uncomfortable. Last tip would be to buy heels in all colors, guys. You'll see that some eras have had to wear black heels, some are wearing silver, some are wearing gold, some are wearing nude, and you don't know what your outfit will be, what the plan or the concept for your group will be. So please do not ignore buying your silver and gold heels. They also elevate your outfits otherwise. I have made a dedicated video on what kind of heels to buy. Please watch them. I saw this really interesting video of one of the contestants, Nikita, who sprayed her nude heels to silver, which was, I think, a very quick, smart move. You have to be on your feet when you are in pageants because demands come left, right, center, even if you're not prepared for it. But safer side ke liye, please buy all four colors. Now for the secret observation. So what I have noticed after my years and then noticing before, that the girl, see, by now the organization kind of knows which girl is standing out, who deserves to win the title, who is going to help from a business perspective also to be the face of the organization for the next one reigning year. So you'll notice that in these choreographies, some of the girls who are standing in the middle or were given the middle position, that doesn't happen by accident. The choreographer is actually told that these are the girls whom the camera will be the most on. आप ideally सोचो, if there is a group of people, आपका ध्यान सबसे पहले will go to the middle girl, right? And so sometimes it's placed that way. So I know that a few of the girls in the middle will definitely be making it to the top 12 or maybe even will be crowned. So yeah, next time you're seeing pageants that actually span for a long period of time, you might want to observe this and then match it with the finale results and let me know if you got it right. So, in no particular order, I do feel like these are my top 12 basis of not just talent and how they've performed and their social media presence, but also how well they'll do for Times Talent after they go out of this pageant. My list is Maharashtra, Meghalaya, Gujarat, Union Territory, Delhi, Andhra Pradesh, Supriya, who is representing Haryana, Malina's Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Uttar Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, and also Nikita Porwal. Let's see what happens in the finale. Let's see who gets crowned. But honestly, to end this video, I would just like to say that I really wish they waited till Nandini went to Miss World because the hype would be a lot more. I do see that the interest by the audience is a little fika because there's already a crowned winner who is yet to represent us in Miss India. So this winner will represent us after that. And I know that a national pageant is held for all the national hype and international wo tab ka tab dekh lenge. But that's the whole intention, right? I know that a lot of you contestants actually come into the pageant aiming to be a Miss World, right? Rather than a Miss India. So I don't know. I wish they could tally that stuff better. I really wish Miss World was more quick with getting to the next pageant. I feel like it takes so long. But anyway, if you'd like to book any classes with me, I take a whole lot of them, one-on-one sessions. The link is in the description. You can always send me an email and I will be back with another video very soon. Bye-bye.